from the Capitol, John Call and Peg Larson here. I just wanted to report to you on the last two meetings that have been held. On Tuesday, the Senate held a meeting on ELL students and how they can have more proficiency with their learning. And they had different people testify other than what the policy committee had. Jesse Montoya from the Department of Education stated that there's over 65,000 students in the state of Minnesota who require ELL services. And 22% are in greater Minnesota, and 315 districts serve them. Minnesota is home to the largest Hmong and Somali cultures across the United States, and the funding for ELL across the state is about $39 million, and that's about an average of $926 per student. They only have 136 teachers that are bilingual, and that's one of the recommendations that they talked about, is having more students that are teachers that are bilingual and in the classroom with another teacher, not as a teacher's aide, but as an additional teacher to zero in on the needs of the ELL students. And Bloomington talked about how they reach out to families and bring the families into the picture. It was pretty much the same information that we gave to you last time, but it was an interesting hearing. Today, the House Policy Education Committee started on some of the task force reports that the legislature had requested in the first year of the biennium. The first one that they did was the Adult Education Diploma, and they talked about the need to have different options, and they put a third option on the table, which would be able to put forth your life experiences and have that help you pass the test or be graded in a different way. And they used the example of a 55-year-old man who never did get his GED because he was very test phobic, and how they could take him through the program. Mankato, I guess, is extremely well known for this program. 2012, the federal government changed the guidelines for GEDs. You can no longer get financial aid to go on to a higher education, no matter what it is, unless you actually have a GED. It used to be that you could get financial aid if you were working on it or didn't have one and tested through to go to a school of higher education or a technical school. The second task force, which was the one that we are the most, at this point at least, interested in, is the Career Pathways and Technical Education Task Force. And this one was extremely interesting. Representative Breinhart and Representative Erdahl were on this, and they're looking to have them actually craft a bill from the task force report. Some of the things that they did was have testifiers from DEET and from different agencies and from different businesses as to what they need for the future. And they recognized, as the task force did in the Senate, the need to cover jobs that really almost don't even exist now, jobs that when we were in school we hadn't even heard of, that our grandchildren are looking forward to becoming, and that we need to keep up to date on those skills that the businesses and the technology needs. They want to make sure that the parents are part of this process and that the student is part of the process, as well as the teacher and the district. They want to make sure that they include all of these people to make sure that there's more opportunities available and different types of opportunities, and that everybody understands the need for these and give them value. There has to be significant collaboration between the school districts, the families, and institutes of higher learning to make sure that they also will help in this education process. That's about it. You can find the actual task force report on the website of MDE under task forces. All the task force reports are there at this point in time, but you can bring that one up, the career and technical, and if you would like to read it for yourself. If not, just let us know and we'll get you copies. Thank you.
Hi there, John Call here with a brief report, but I did receive some encouraging news this morning. I was at a breakfast with the chair of the Senate Education Finance Committee, Chuck Weger. Chuck and I talked about the Location Equity Index. He Well, to my pleasure and somewhat surprise, is a strong supporter of it. He favors a regional approach that would include Mankato, St. Cloud, Rochester, and Duluth. I told him that Senator Carla Nelson would be introducing a bill for Rochester, but he sees that as all part of an overall effort to make some adjustments here that need to be made to acknowledge the fact that it's just more expensive to run an educational institution in a city of the first class. So I found that encouraging. He had talked to me about talking to Senator Kathy Sharon from Mankato to carry the regional bill. Our efforts would of course be in support of that as well. So we've got both bases covered. Stay tuned for developments in the House. Talk to you soon. In fact, I'll see you this weekend. Thank you very much.